Okay, can everyone hear me? The object is to win. We're going to have 4 finish points. There are no teammates. You can have temporary alliances, and the temporary alliances can change during the race. So the specific thing that we're going to, and you feel free to pan around. The specific thing we're going to work on is being aggressive. So too many times at the beginning of the season, whether it's in the training crits or it's in Dinuba, I see a lot of our teammates just sitting in the middle or sitting in the back, and nothing irks me more. Sometimes you can't do anything else but that, and I understand that. Other times they're strong, but they're just sitting back there. So this year I decided to do something a little different and give you a little more training in that. Keep in mind that my background in racing is a more aggressive style of racing. Back when I was in the Palace, it was either...
Like giving an elbow?
Yes, no, not that. But it's more of... you make something happen. If you're not chasing, then you're attacking. If you're not attacking, then you're attacking to chase, that type of thing. And when I carried it over into SSC, when I started that team here, then we had a threes team. There were just 3 of us. And that was back when I was a lot stronger. And we were all pretty strong, but we were not as strong individually as some of the other teams out there, but we worked well as teams before people started working well as teams. And so we had a lot of good results from that. We would always be attacking. We would never let the pack rest. So this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to have probably a couple of us, and I'll go with you, but I'll be riding in your back first. 15 seconds ahead, and then you guys are going to come. Maybe I'll have one of you guys working with them, and you're going to try and stay ahead, stay away from them. But I'm expecting the chase group, which is only 15 seconds behind, to catch. When they catch, that's an opportunity for somebody in the lead group to attack. Maybe somebody in the chase group that's been sitting on at that moment can counterattack. And so you can either try to solo in or get someone else, or someone else will jump with you and form another temporary alliance to get to the finish line. And so if you guys are caught, maybe someone else can attack. You'll notice that when you do attack, that's going to cost you. So it's all like a big chess game. So you'll get to see in this exercise what you can do and what you can't do, particularly within a particular group of people. You guys are strong, but you may not have the immediate fast twitch muscle action that these guys have. So at least you'll get to see the effect, and if you're not able to participate, you'll get to see the effect of what they do, and maybe at times when you can attack or get on the wheel and go with them, you'll be able to do so. Now you guys know more what to do with that, so again, there's no teams, only temporary alliances, and you want to get to the finish line first. So we're going to have 4 finish lines. The first one is going to be at the entrance to Lost Lake, and then we're going to pull into Lost Lake because Fred wants to go see the lake, get to see the river on there.
And we are off. I thought of this exercise a couple weeks ago. I thought it'd be an advantage for not only the women, but for our entry levels Force 5s to get some race practice in before the Clovis practice crits happen. These ladies have, in fact, all the ladies on the team have not raced before. They may have done the practice crits last year, a couple of them, but they really haven't raced before. And so I wanted to give them a good feel of what to expect, and also give them some knowledge as to what some of the race tactics are, and give them some practice in employing those. So I'm just following them, and you can't hear me, but every once in a while I'm yelling things like don't cross wheels, protect your front wheel, and get off the front, etc. We are being chased by about 2, maybe 3 of the Force 5s. And now they're about 15 seconds back, and later we found out, at least for this short distance, that 15 seconds was too much. These ladies are pretty strong, and so later on we cut that down to about 5 seconds eventually. Now we had some stronger force 5s that went with the 3s, and they did this exercise after we took off. Later on I'd have the stronger group go before us. Currently these ladies are holding a strong pace. You will notice when they start their sprint that they each remain seated. A lot of that is from inexperience. I know Sarah does a lot of double centuries, and Vicky, I think, started riding within the last year and is doing amazingly well with that. They'll be able to take a look at this video later on and see where they can improve and see and start experimenting with standing and sprinting, and I'll be giving them some exercises for that. Another aspect of racing that they are not familiar with, that they are starting to experience with this first sprint and then the subsequent 3 sprints, exercises that come after this, is the concept of surging, recovering under stress, surging again. There's also tactics involved, which they'll begin to understand as they do more of these exercises. So as you can see, they're trading pulls. Vicky has more of a quicker spin, and Sarah more powers with her spin. I think about another 200 meters and the entrance to Lost Lake comes up, and that's where the sprint point is. So now you see Vicky going for the first surge. There are a couple things that Vicky can learn from this sprint. One is that she can shift to a bigger gear, then stand and jump. That will help her get bigger separation. Now, something that Sarah can learn is that as soon as she sees Vicky start to go, that she needs to be right on her wheel, so she's not taking the time and energy to chase to get up to her wheel before she goes around. Now, this time she was able to do that. And now Vicky can get on her wheel. But at this point, I think Vicky is just a bit knackered, but she looks like she can come around, but the finish line is right there. And so they roll in safely to a right turn. We have regrouped and we're about to start the second or the third sprint. I remember I had lost one of these sprints. So here we go. For this particular set, we added Richard to the front group and took one of the other groups and added one of the force 5s to the chasing group. And I think in this one we only have about 5 seconds of separation. So they did catch us. So I think the final point is going to be at the stop sign leading to the quarry entrance. I think it's the quarry. Right before that hill that leads you to the Willow Hill. So right now they are a temporary alliance, a temporary team on the road. They're all taking pulls. They're going in the high teens. I'm monitoring and yelling out instructions whenever I felt I needed to. I think we started with the threes group behind us, and so I think on the next one we had the threes go ahead of us because there was a bit of mixing in there. But it wasn't that bad. I think soon the chasing group is going to catch us, and what they should do is, at least one of them, is counterattack. Okay, here comes somebody right there, and I think that is Lance. Lance and Robert. So hopefully one of them, somebody's taking a jump. Good on them. So ladies can see what is going on now. Now Lance is jumping after them, and now they're jumping after Lance. Good, good. No, I'm sorry, Lance is back there. It was, I think, Richard that they were trying to go after, and Richard's a pretty strong, seems like a strong sprinter type. So unless they're able to reconnect, these ladies are going to be sprinting on their own and against each other. So right now they are on Lance's wheel, and they are going about 21, 22 miles an hour. So this is also a new experience from them. This is a higher speed from what they're ordinarily used to, and now they're going to have to go even faster to be able to sprint and hopes of go for a win. So right now Sarah is too far back. She looks like she's in a gear that's too small too. A little bit hard to control. So any chance of winning has gone out the door for her because of the gap that she allowed to be created. Okay, so this was our fourth sprint practice coming up. Right now we are on the top of Willow Hill. We are regrouping ourselves, and we're going to have one last sprint practice, and this will go to the stop ahead sign leading to Copper and Willow, our usual sprint point for the dam hill. And looks like we are off. So again, a small group is starting behind us. We may have gotten some separation. Yeah, some of the guys are coming back. So I think some of them just kept hammering up the hill when they passed us for the previous sprint point. So the lady should be caught pretty soon. Then the fun will begin. And right now Sarah's pulling in the low 20s. I'm probably yelling at her right now, telling her to get off the front. Yeah, that was probably the case. And looks like, oh, that is the Colonel, so that's the stronger group, so they're just going to run on past. Yeah, good job. Vicky's just trying to connect with them, and Sarah will get there. Okay, I think Vicky lost contact now. She's trying to hang on to her gap, but I think Sarah is slowly dragging her in. Okay, so that's a bit of an attack right there. Ah, the dogs are awake, and you guys can probably hear it in the background. Good job on Sarah standing and trying to get some separation, but it's still a long way before the sprint. I think they're at about 600 meters. That also will come with experience. Boom, there goes Vicky. Is Sarah able to answer? It's that surge, recover and distress surge thing. Good on her. Good on her. Vicky, I think, is fully spent. Good job to both of them. I think they learned quite a bit, and after watching this video, we'll learn a little more. These ladies are going to have a lot of fun in the forest. Thanks for watching, and I hope to do another one in another week or so.